It's day 3, and we tried to make our day 2 look how easy the injections are video, and everything was fine. It was still easy, except for my camera focused entirely on my crotch the entire video. So we're gonna try again tonight. But in case we don't, in case it doesn't work, and once again we get like a video of my midsection only, I have a couple of important updates for you, dear YouTuber. So today is day 3. I haven't yet had my day 3 injection, so it's like day 2 and 3/4, and I'm having symptoms. It's crazy how fast it happens. Apparently, I'm bloated, and like I don't just mean like I'm a little bit. Oh, it's uncomfortable. No, like I'm freaking bloated. Like I undid my pants at work today. I undid my pants at work today. Shameful, shameful. Pants undone. So I guess it's like full-time leggings and jeggings and dresses and things, which is awesome because I live in Canada and it's freezing freaking cold right now. So symptoms other than bloating, headache. I've got a bit of a headache. It's not bad. Like it's just that sort of like nagging back of your mind. If you focus on it, it kind of is really much more uncomfortable than it is if you're just busy and you don't worry about it. And I'm really bitchy. Like it's not nice. And I mean, it's not like, okay, it's not that bad, but I find that my temper is short. And in times that I maybe normally would have a little bit more patience, I'm having to take a breath and take a breath. Next thing, girls, get yourself some ultra fiber because you're going to want it. I feel like I don't need to say more about that. And otherwise, things are pretty good. We're on track. The needles are good. The bitchiness is manageable. The bloat sucks, but otherwise, everything's under control. So we will make you an injection video tonight. All right, we're back. So we're going to start with Luveris, which I will draw up, and then Ian's going to do the gonal. And because today is day 3, lucky me, I get to do 2 gonal shots. So the Luveris comes in 75 IU packages, and they come like this in a pair, and one of them is sterile water and one of them is powder. Because I'm doing 150 IUs, I only need one of the sterile waters, so one goes into the sharps container. So now I have 2 powders, 1 water. Take off the caps, toss them in your sharps container. Every time I do this, I break a freaking nail. And then just give them a little wipe to make sure that they're clean. They're pretty clean because you're single using them, but that's okay. You can never be too clean when you're sticking needles into yourself. Okay, so the next step is to take a Q cap, and the Q cap has a little white cap on it. The cap has a cap, so you'll need to screw that off when you attach it to your syringe. Syringe here, take the cap off the Q cap, and it just screws right in, nice and easy. So you take the Q cap and, nope, you take the injector. You draw up just over 1 milliliter of air and then connect it to your sterile water, like this. Once you've done that, make sure it's all nice and straight. Push the air back in and draw out the fluid. And honestly, it kind of just does it for you with the pressure. It's not challenging in the least. Don't worry if you drop a little bit of extra air, that's fine. You can push it out later. All right, make sure you got all the liquid. Liquid is done. Then you're really just gonna do the same thing with your powder. So put the Q cap on, squeeze in the liquid, give it a shimmy. You don't want to shake it because you'll end up with air bubbles and then you'll just waste meds, and that's not good. So check the bottom to make sure you don't have any powder left over and then it's all dissolved, and then turn it over, draw it back up. Again, it kind of just does it for you. There might be like a tiny little bit that you can't get out. That's normal. Get what you can. Take that one off. Into the sharps it goes. Repeat the process with number 2. This one can be a little tricky because it's already got the first set of powder, the first meds in it. So it can just take a couple more seconds to make sure that you've got it all all drawn up. Swirl around, and it's ready to go. Pull out your meds. Make sure you get as much as you can. Sometimes you gotta give it a little tilt. Take off your thing. And then it's time for your needle. So, take off the Q cap, unscrew it, stick it in your sharps bin, and then this just screws on. And I always really want to like super tighten it until it clicks. It doesn't click, it just threads on really, like that's it. It doesn't do anything. So you're going to take your cap off, squeeze the air out until the liquid gets to the top, give it a couple little licks to make sure you don't have any air bubbles. There's going to be a couple little ones on the plunger. Don't worry, it's not going to like inject into your bloodstream and cause you to keel over. As you can maybe see, because autofocus on our camera is kind of a nightmare. One little sad bead of medication just came out the top, so that's how you know that you have no air left. And then if you're like me and you don't like doing your own injections, you ask your husband to come over and he comes and helps you. We'll film it. It may not be pretty, I'm a little bit bloated, so go with it. All right, this is for you. So then you take a 30 minutes prior to this, I put on the Emla cream because I'm kind of a pansy and it's just kind of a crutch, but it makes me happy. So take this, give your belly a wipe wherever you've numbed, or if you're not numbing, wherever you plan to stick a needle. And you want to let it dry. It's not a big deal, nothing terrible will happen to you, but you want to let it dry because it stings like crazy if you stick a needle in it and it's not dry. So, okay, bring it on.
Hi folks. So you need to squeeze the skin in the area, and then you don't need to count or anything.
Just do it.
Just do it firmly. You want to use your thumb because this is a little harder to inject. And go slowly, but not so long. It's going to take 7 minutes to do it. Keep the plunger in. You can let go. Count to 10.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And then pull it out.
Ta-da! Nice and easy.
That's it. And then it goes right back in the sharps container. So it looks to me like there's about 125 left units. So the way to use these gonal pens is, actually I'll put the needle tip on first. So again, just it's fully sterile, and I'm going to hold it close even though the autofocus may be a nightmare. But I want you to see if you can hear, you can hear a click. So
wait for it.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but you hear the click and then you firmly squeeze and you screw the pen onto the needle. Now there's another cap on there, so don't worry about that. Do not throw this out. The white, clear, kind of outside cap, you need it. I threw it out the first day and it was unfortunate because I had to dig it back out, and you're not supposed to go into a sharps container. That's why it's a sharps container. So the way to do these gonal pens is to dial, there's a window right here, and you have to dial the prescribed amount that we're doing. Now, because today is 2 needle day, because we do not have enough of the gonal left in the pen, you still dial. So we are doing 400 IU. So you still dial to 400, even though you know there's nowhere near that much left. She's dancing in the background because she really doesn't want me to give her this needle. And I don't blame her because it's not fun. Although the Luveris is much harder and stingier. And at this point, I will get you to clean again because you had your shirt on. Oh, that left quite a mark.
Yeah, that would hurt a little bit.
I think that one I pushed too hard. You have to be firm with the plunger on these, and when you use your thumb, you have to be firm, but I think I was pushing too hard against the skin. So I will try. Again, this is our adventure. This is day 3, and we are learning. every day, every time we try one of these.
Lucky us.
Yeah, so again, we'll wait for it to
Let it
dry. It's dry. So then you will remove the actual needle tip, as you can see, or not
Well,
see.
the cap on the tip, probably.
Cap, sorry, as you can see. It's a very, very small gauge needle. This one again, you hold like this and you want to depress the plunger with your thumb and keep the plunger pressed in the entire time you're injecting and counting to 10.
Because it will draw stuff back into your pen, and if it's not your last use, you'll contaminate all your meds. And like we've said, it's expensive, man, so keep your thumb on that plunger.
Yep. So right now the window reads 400 right there, 400 IU, which is what our prescribed amount is.
Even though we know there's definitely not 400 IUs in there.
So I'm just gonna go over here.
Cool, okay.
Or do you want it up?
Cool, above.
Above? Okay. So grab a little, don't say when, just quickly in, go slow and steady, and it is fully depressed, waiting for 10,
Okay.
and pull it quickly. So right now it still reads 250 IUs. So you take the white outer cap again and you feed it on and you squeeze quite firmly and turn counterclockwise, and the needle tip will come off.
First empty gonal pen.
First empty gonal pen. This will go back to
The clinic.
the clinic. Again, I'll hold it close so you guys can hear the click, hopefully, when I stick it in. There we go. And then clockwise, tighten the needle head in. Pull it off. Again, keep this to dispose of your needle. And then, because we've already done one injection and we got 150 IUs out of 400, we only need to dial this down to 250 instead of 400 like we normally would. So, it's at 250 and we are ready to go again. Make sure it's at a 90-degree angle and go. Oh, sorry.
You're killing
Anyway,
it.
and then again, firmly grab and a counterclockwise spin, and you can hear it. It's definitely coming off. Just make sure before you pull out that there is no needle. You don't want to poke yourself. And there you go. So we have a gonal pen. You can you probably can't see, but there's the needle tip still stuck in the tip. That goes in the sharps container. The lid with the very handy shirt pocket holder in case you need to bring it with your dress shirt goes back on, and this goes back in the fridge, and that's it. This is day 3 of our adventure. Welcome along, and thanks for watching.